Jen, I have to tell you about our guest this week, who I know you weren't there for, but you missed a good one. I'm not trying to make you have FOMO,
it's okay.
But it's
I had FOMO not being there, but for good reasons.
That's why there's two of us. His name is Brandon Maclin. They call him B-Mac. He's on the DePaul men's basketball team.
B-Mac, I feel like should be the beginning of like an 8 Mile, that like when they're in the underground scene and they're like, B-Rabbit. Sorry, B-Mac, if you're watching this right now and I'm doing this and you're like, she needs to shut up. Anyways, I'm done. Continue.
Yes, so he is awesome and hit the game winner against Creighton. So big part of DePaul's success right now that they're experiencing, and the kind of the rebirth of DePaul men's basketball, the growth through Chris Holtman, really motivated kid who's dedicated his life to basketball so far. I mean, he, between high school and college, went to a basketball prep school, like just to focus on being a better basketball player. And not a lot of kids are able to do that, but he really loved it. Then went to the JUCO level, and to see a guy who's jumped around different schools and had to kind of make it work from the JUCO level to now play Division I basketball for DePaul in the best basketball conference there is. Really inspiring, and he was just a really cool, chill dude too.
What do you think is something that people are going to be surprised to learn about B-Mac?
Just that he has this great energy about him, and you'll see that in the interview. He's calm, cool, and collected, but you can tell, and he's not cocky. It's kind of just like, I just want to be the best I can be. He has seen how Coach Holtman has turned the program around. The players, like himself, they're all buying into that as well, and you can just see that. Like, I feel like sometimes when you talk to a lot of athletes, they're just doing the media speak, like they're just saying what they're told to say. I genuinely feel like he feels that way. You know, he feels it. He's bought in. Coach Holtman said that in the future he wants to recruit more guys like Brandon, which is high praise.
That's really high praise. Yeah.
So just for him to have that energy on the court that he brings, and kind of making sure that the guys around him feel good, and to have that game-winning moment is really cool too. I mean, you don't really go into a game thinking you're going to hit the game-winning shot and turn it around, and that's got to be such an adrenaline rush.
Yeah, but I think there's also, as an athlete, you do visualize moments like that. You do want that Michael Jordan, 1.3 seconds left on the clock, and you got the last shot, and you see the ball going in. Like as much as we're like, we don't know, you do visualize that.
Yeah.
But I do, the one thing that I had learned too was he's a transfer, and I do think there is something to be said about like making an impact on a team as a transfer. Like
almost immediately.
Like, and not to say that it can't be done, but it's just not something that you hear of often, I think is maybe a better way of putting it. So for Coach Holtman to have such high praises about a guy, for B-Mac to come in and like really be bought into DePaul and turning this program around and like seeing the momentum that DePaul has had, I'm really excited to hear more about what B-Mac has to say.
Yeah, you're going to love it. He talks a little bit about how, he knew where DePaul was the past couple of years, and he kind of took it on his shoulders and the rest of the guys to try to change that narrative. And that's what they're doing. I mean, more games ahead heading into March, and it was just fun to talk to him. And we also learned some of the different players that he models his game after. There isn't like one specific player, but he kind of has the melting pot of like, I want to borrow this from this guy, I love watching this guy. More player focused instead of what team is he rooting for.
I like that. I like that a lot.
Yeah. So B-Mac's episode coming right up. Welcome into the Blue Demon Room podcast. I'm your host, Kacy Standahart. Sans Jenna Duddleston today. She is out today, not with us, unfortunately, but she'll be back. But we have a very special guest. It's DePaul Blue Demons guard on the basketball team, Brandon Maclin. Brandon, thank you for coming on.
Thank you all for having me.
Of course. Well, we're excited to have you. We have to start, and I know you've probably been talking about this a lot, but with that game winner over Creighton, you were the one to score the game-winning points. First of all, congratulations.
Thank you.
Are you still reeling from that? Are you still feeling it? What's kind of the feeling after that game?
I'm still very ecstatic that we got the win. I mean, we was on a 4-game losing streak before that. So, and also we haven't beat Creighton since 2015. So that was a kind of big one for us. But we also got some more games coming up, so I can't just bask on it too long.
Right.
So. But yeah, it felt great in the moment. I enjoyed it up until that night, and then the next days after that, I basked in all the highlights. So It was good. It was great for me, great for the team, great for everybody's confidence.
What was your teammates' reactions to that? Like that has to really, obviously you guys are a close-knit group, but that has to bring the guys together a little bit more, right?
It definitely did. It gave us a sense of hope because a lot of teams get on a 4-game losing streak and just lose the idea of the big picture. So it gave us a hope, gave us newfound energy.
I love that. And Coach Holtman had some high praise for you after that game. Do you hear what he says in press conferences about you? Do you guys pay attention to that, or is it just kind of business as usual?
I may see it here and now on my Twitter feed. I usually scroll on Twitter and see it, but there's just some big praise from a great coach like Coach Holtman.
Does he come up and talk to you after? Like, what were the conversations like? Did you guys have a one-on-one?
We have our one-on-ones. He just tell me, I'm the oldest guy on the team, so he tell me keep being a leader, keep doing whatever it takes to make sure that DePaul wins games. So yeah.
To be kind of the oldest guy on the team, how do you sort of commemorate a win like that? You said you can't really dwell on it, right? Mm-hmm. There's still a season ahead of you, but it's one of those things where you look at where DePaul basketball was and is now, and you got to be like a little bit proud, and you kind of can commemorate and celebrate that a little bit.
Yeah, we celebrated. We had the weekend. He gave us the weekend off. We had a bye weekend, so he gave us the weekend off. We was able to celebrate a little bit with the guys and just have a little fun and kind of, like I said, get the monkey off our back of not being Creighton since 2015. So. Yeah,
how has the perception been changing for DePaul basketball? I mean, you guys have built this program. You've come on to this team. Like, it's got to give you confidence.
It's definitely, everybody knows what DePaul has been the last decade, maybe 2 decades. So just us being the team to change the narrative of what, when someone hears DePaul, DePaul is not the same DePaul they have been the last 20 years. So we're just trying to change the narrative, become the new DePaul, and just embrace the new culture that we're building here.
You mentioned kind of coming onto DePaul. You're a senior. Tell us a little bit about your journey to get here. Like, what led you to the Blue Demon?
It's a long one. We're going to start from, so I graduated high school in 2021. And then from there, that was the year of COVID, right after COVID. So the NCAA gave everybody an extra year, the COVID year. So that season right there when I graduated high school, that season didn't count against nobody that was already in college. So I really didn't get recruited coming out of high school. I had 2 junior college offers and then a Division II offer. So I really didn't want to take that route that early, and also those colleges were home. I really didn't want to stay home. So I chose to go post-grad prep school in Florida at a school called Florida Coastal Prep. Spent a year there, a great year there. I lived on the beach, got to enjoy all the amenities of Florida. So.
Tell us more about the beach, because we don't get to, we have the beach here in Chicago, right? But I feel like in the dead of winter, like January, February, we're kind of like, okay, why do we live here? We wait for summer. We wait for that May through August, September. But you had to have enjoyed that. Did you go to the beach a lot as a kid and at school?
I mean, at school, the beach was my backyard. I lived in a beach house, basically. So the beach was my backyard. I had access to it anytime I wanted to. Right now, I'm really not that fond on the beach because, I lived on it, and it's just water and sand. But during the time, it was very peaceful for me because during that time, I didn't know where I was going to school or what school was recruiting me. So I just went out there sometimes and just cleared my mind, just sat with the waves, sat with the ocean, just being able to have a clear mind. And it propelled me to go to my next station, my next school.
So then what kind of got you to DePaul? What was that turning point in your career?
Turning point in my career where we got 2 more stops before we get to DePaul. Okay. So I went to junior college in Odessa, Texas. It's a junior college in pretty much the middle of nowhere in West Texas. It was 2 hard years. My first year, I was a role player. Really didn't play that much. I played, but I really wasn't that big of an impact on the court. Second year, I came back, and it was my team. I had a great year, was able to make it to the Elite 8 in the national tournament for junior colleges. So that was a great year. And then from there, I got recruited to play basketball at Brandon University last year. So that was, throughout that season, it showed me the levels of Division I basketball and stuff like that. And then I would say the turning point that got me to DePaul was February 20th, actually almost a year ago on the date, February 20th. We played on ESPNU. At a small school, you really don't get that many chances to play national TV games. So kind of knew it was a big game.
Yeah.
I went out and had a great game. I scored 20 points, 5 rebounds, and 6 assists. And then from that point on, I'm like, I don't want to just be in the middle of the season and say I'm leaving, but I kind of knew it's bigger and better things out there for me.
So DePaul recruited you from junior college?
It recruited me from Radford.
Okay, got it.
From Radford, yes.
But to be able to come from a junior college level, and I've seen how, you can find so many amazing rising stars through that. I mean, to kind of get to where you got from there, what did that mean to you to kind of go on this winding journey?
I always thought to myself that maybe I didn't get recruited the right way, but honestly, I believe that I didn't have all the tools that I needed to begin with. I think I needed to take all those small steps to get to where I am now. So definitely prep school, I learned a lot. In junior college, I learned a lot. And even last year at my last school, I learned a lot. So taking those little small wins ultimately got me here to getting this big win and being at DePaul and doing big things.
Yeah, I feel like everything happens when it's supposed to.
Yeah.
We always want to rush the process, but it happens in the right time all
Correct,
the time.
yeah.
As a kid, what were you into? You grew up in Tennessee. What was your childhood like? What did you like to do outside of basketball?
So I'm the youngest of my mom's kids. I'm the youngest. So I have 2 older brothers. We grew up, she had 3 boys. There's a lot of rough housing going on. So I grew up, in the video games. I was in sports all year round. I played football, baseball, and basketball. So it was a constant clock of sports, video games, and just doing, little kid stuff. I actually grew up wanting to go to the NFL. I played quarterback growing up.
Okay.
all through the elementary and middle school. I played quarterback, and then my 9th grade year, I had a small injury, and I said, all right, I'm done with football, and I'm gonna stick with basketball. But, growing up, small town Tennessee. I'm from Jackson, Tennessee. It's about 65,000 people there, maybe 70,000 people there. So it's just a small town. Everyone knows everyone. So it's just a lot of love and a lot of people that will look out for you if you're doing the right thing, or if you're doing the wrong thing, you'll get in trouble. So that was kind of my background in my childhood growing up.
What was your program like at Jackson Southside?
It was a great program. I think my combined record in high school is 101-16.
Okay.
So I was able to do a lot of winning. My junior year, we was 32-0 before COVID shut down the world.
Feel good.
So yeah, that felt great. Just the program that I was in, my head coach, he instilled a lot in me. He instilled a lot of my foundation and some of the things that I still do out here today. It just, can you put yourself in a place where the team is first, and you got to do whatever it takes to win. And that's kind of my mentality now in playing games here at DePaul.
And you focused in a basketball-focused prep school. So where do academics come into play, and how does that work? Because I feel like that's not usual.
It's absolutely not usual. A lot of kids don't get a chance to take that route. For that year, I had the option between, do I want to take college courses early or just wait until I actually go to college? I chose to take a year off from school. Every kid probably wants to just take a just full year off of school and focus on basketball. So in prep school, yeah, I took a year off from school, and then right after that, I just got right back to it when I went to my junior college.
That's cool. So where did you live during that time, and then during the prep school?
Prep school, so I started off staying at a house with about probably 10 guys. I had
All basketball?
all basketball
Oh,
players.
wow.
Yeah.
Okay, sweet.
So it was a house that probably had about six or 7 rooms. And so it was probably like 10, 11 guys. We stayed in there. We were all on the same team. So, we just made a bond with each other. Some of those guys I still talk to this day. So it's lifelong friendships that I made from that. But then after I was living in the house, some changes happened. And then that's when they moved me to the beach house.
Okay.
And life got a little easier. I got a king-size bed.
Upgrade.
And I got my own room. So,
Nice.
And then we got moved to the beach. So
Okay.
life did get a little easier when I get moved to the beach.
It sounds kind of great. You got to focus on basketball. You got to be near water. I mean, like,
it's best of all worlds,
Yeah.
actually. Yeah.
and I think that probably helped you in the long run because you were so focused on the game, right? Like you didn't have, yes, academics were a part of it, I'm sure, but you were able to kind of hone in on athletics too.
Yeah, it was.
Okay. So from there, you went to Odessa College. What was the role of that JUCO level in college basketball, and to someone who may not understand how that works?
Junior college is junior college is what you make it, because in junior college, the only people that stay on campus are other athletes. So that's one thing about it. And then usually most junior colleges are not in the big city. Like I said, Odessa was in middle of nowhere, West Texas. So you either do your academics, go play your sport, and go home. You may go to a party here or there
That's
if
it.
you like that. But other than those 4 things, that's pretty much all you got to do.
Okay. So at what point in your career was your goal to like truly be like, okay, I'm going to try to play collegiate basketball, possibly Division I basketball?
I would say in my sophomore year of high school, I had kind of had visions like, I'm pretty good at this. I probably can take this to the next level. The opportunities weren't there yet, but I feel like that my sophomore summer, I started playing AAU basketball with an AAU team out of Memphis called Team Thad. So after that, being able to see guys at the highest level competing, like I'm holding my own out here
Yeah.
against these guys. So I feel like one day I'll probably be able to good enough to play at the Division I level.
I mean, you're playing in the best basketball conference in the country.
I am.
Probably the world, honestly.
Yes,
We're
yes.
saying it.
Yes.
So to go from junior college to the Big East, what was the change like? Did you have any adjustments there?
Definitely. The main difference between junior college and Big East would be, I would say, the big men. In junior college, you're playing against big men. They're about 6'8". In the Big East, you're playing against guys that are 7 foot, 260. So that's one of the biggest difference, and also just the speed and the pace of the game. It's a lot different from junior college, and also it's just more organized because
Yeah.
junior college is considered low level hoops, but there are some good teams, but for the most part, it is lower level than what high major Division I basketball is.
Is there any aspect of junior college of that game that you miss?
A part of me does miss, I think I got things pretty good here at DePaul, but a part of me does miss the waking up, the grind, the long bus trips. We used to take bus trips for about 6-7 hours. So we take those long bus trips. Here we get charter flights. So a part of me does miss the long nights, coming to the gym, just being in a small community. But I still enjoy my time here, being around the big city.
The
and
luxury
everything
of the
like that.
flights, the big
Yeah,
city.
yeah.
All right. Brandon, you said in this interview and also before that everyone knows the state of DePaul these past couple years. So during your press conference after Creighton, you said that as well. How does that new attention sort of affect your level of play, or is it just staying as is?
It does bring a new level of attention because everyone's expectations begin to rise. Like we said, DePaul has been what DePaul has been the last decade or so. So not too many people give us a chance or have expectations because most people think, oh, it's the same old DePaul. They're going to lose games, extra and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But it does bring a new level of expectations, and it does put a challenge on us to make sure we live and exceed those expectations.
And does that come from the top down? Like, is that Holtman saying? Because I remember when he was on the show when he first got hired, he talked about Dwayne Peavy's vision and his vision and how he wanted to turn this basketball program around, and he knew it wouldn't be an overnight thing. So does that leadership come from the top down, and you guys all kind of feel it?
Yeah, we embrace the culture that Coach Holtman is trying to put together here. Like you said, it's going to be, it won't happen overnight.
Yeah.
Everyone knows that. So it's just a everyday battle, everyday fight of trying to get DePaul where they belong.
You said it means a lot to bring back DePaul. For the alumni, for the students, everyone involved. As a new student and someone who's not really from this area in the Midwest, what does DePaul mean to you now?
DePaul has been life-changing for me. I come from a small town. I'm in the big city lights of Chicago and on the beautiful campus of DePaul. So DePaul means so much to me because it's allowing me to chase my dreams, reach my potential at my fullest capability. So DePaul will always mean everything to me because it's allowing me to do what I do what I love the most at the highest level.
We won't judge you for this answer, but before you came here, what did you know about Chicago? Have you been here before? What did you think of DePaul?
Honestly, so I maybe have been to Chicago as like a small child,
Sure.
but I don't remember. So this is my first time of conscious mind being in Chicago. And then before, I've heard the name DePaul, but like I was like everyone else. You hear DePaul and you think, oh, they have down years these past decade. So my impression was before I got here and before I even made a decision to come here, I told myself, you know that it's going to be a tough road ahead if you choose to go here. And I told myself that, like, I'll be up for the challenge. Whatever challenge that comes,
Yeah.
I'll be up for the challenge.
I love that. It feels like you embraced it and they've embraced you back.
Mm-hmm.
That's great. For those that have watched you play, they can see that you're always kind of bringing the energy, picking up your teammates, getting fans involved, which is huge. I know that Holtman loves that too. Have you always been that way?
Yes, I have. I would say I got more fans involved once I got into college. In high school, my coach really didn't like us. Like, we make a shot and we celebrate, try to get the crowd involved. He really didn't like that. So I would say I developed that side of, getting fans involved, getting the crowd, getting the energy up. I say I developed that in college, but picking my teammates up, being the energy guy, just doing whatever it takes to win, I've kind of been all that way my whole career.
People are either on one side of the spectrum. They either say, oh, don't celebrate, act like you've been there before. Or they're like, no, we love that. We want to feed off of you and vice versa.
Yeah, I think that it brings another layer to the game experience. Fans, they come out, spend their hard-earned money, come see us, come cheer us on. And I kind of want to give that love back while I'm playing on the court. We need the fans. The fans gives us a 6-man on the court while we're playing. So having the fans in there, having the fans in the arena, and having Wintrust just absolutely rocking is one of the greatest feelings ever.
Every athlete handles adversity and losing differently. How do you kind of take that on?
Losing, you learn a lot from losing. So nobody can win every game. Nobody can win everything that they do in life. It's just simply impossible. So losing, the way that you learn from losing is say, hey, what did I do wrong? What can I do better? And then you move on. Because, losses will happen in basketball, in life. Losses are going to happen. It's inevitable. So, you just you take the loss, you deal with it, but you also got to know that it's another day coming. You get a chance to do it all over again. So
that's a really good perspective. I feel like everyone's lives are sort of intertwined with their careers and passions, and if it's going well or not, and that kind of affects your mood. Are you really invested in the stats day to day and game to game, or are you just focusing on like the constant improvement?
I try not to get involved in stats because once you get involved in stats, there's really no going back. So I try my best to stay away from stats. I may look at them here and there just to know what I got, but I don't try to be involved in them as much. So I just keep a straight head, keep it straightforward, and always just work on, like you said, just keep improving, striving to be great.
Do you think that hurt from a loss, like when you're feeling that pain after a loss, is what helps you also kind of become a winner again? Like, how does that transition?
A loss can either make or break you. You can let the loss take over you and it shuts your whole world down, or you can let the loss propel you to more wins. So
I think it's really easy, even I'm not an athlete, but like in my career, to like spiral over one thing and start to get in your head about what someone said or what someone thinks or what happened here. And I think you made a really good point. It's like there's always another opportunity. There's always like,
another chance. It's another chance to just have a new day, have a new mindset. Because like we said, losses are going to happen. You cannot avoid them. So, but it's about how you respond. You get knocked down, you always got to get up. So just keep moving forward, one foot in front of the other.
Sonia came up with this question too, and I think it's really interesting, so I want to give her credit. She mentioned that Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant, both greats, obviously, in the game of basketball, but they're known for taking the game really personally. So we know the meme of Jordan, I took that personally. But do you think you have to take stats, wins, losses personally to be great in this game?
You don't necessarily have to take them personally, but you may need that extra push, that extra edge against your opponent to get wins. I know that for me personally, a small thing another team does before a game can get me fired up and have me ready to go. So I take things personally.
What, like a little animosity there?
Yeah, I believe you have to. I believe you have to be great at anything. So.
I love that. Is there a player in the NBA that you kind of model yourself after your game, or if you were able to go pro, like that you would kind of look up to in a way?
I wouldn't say that I'll just have one player. I really enjoy consuming basketball, so I know a lot about the game of basketball, the history of basketball.
So who's in your like melting pot? Like what would you borrow from different players?
So one player that's at the top of my list is a player by the name Andre Iguodala.
Yep.
He retired probably 2 or 3 years ago, but it's just the way that he was able to impact the game of basketball by not just scoring. He was able to play defense, get his guys going.
He played for the Cavs for a little while, didn't he?
Play for the Warriors.
Warriors.
Warriors, yes.
Okay, then maybe I'm mixing up someone's name. I
Yes.
thought he played for the Cavs.
Yes, he played for the Warriors. He was just like the glue guy piece to make sure everybody just everything is one and running as one. So he is one player that I look up to. Obviously, LeBron James.
Yep.
You got to say LeBron.
He played for the Cavs.
Yeah. You got to say LeBron.
Right.
I don't think you can mention basketball without saying LeBron. So he is one of those players. And then I really just can't name one player because I pulled so many different things from different players. So
I love that. You've lived in a lot of places, so I'm curious what basketball team you really support, or is it just that you're, like you just said, consumer of the league?
Consumer of the league. I mean, I'm from Tennessee. It was a point in time where the Grizzlies were doing good, and I always grew up as a kid being a Memphis Grizzlies fan. I really don't know what they're doing with the organization now, but I'm still a fan of them. I still support Ja, and I support the whole team. So, but if I had to choose a team, I would say I really like the Grizzlies.
Okay. Is there a specific arena you'd always dreamed of playing in or want to play in?
The Garden. Can't wait.
Iconic.
Yeah, I can't wait. That's where
happening.
the brightest lights are.
Yep.
Is the most iconic arena in the world. So I'm really ecstatic that we get a chance to go and play there.
Do you feel like when you step onto that court there, you're going to feel like different? Or was it just it's basketball at the end of the day?
I would say probably when we get there for our first shoot around practice, I'll probably get chills and stuff because so many greats have played on the same exact floor, same exact arena. So I'll probably get a few chills, but once I get past that, it's still the same thing, routine basketball.
I feel like you're going to have to like take a minute to take it in.
Yeah.
Look around, take a deep breath.
Definitely.
You know, no phone, just like
just
absorb that moment.
Yeah, I think so. I have to too because, you know, like we said, I come from a small town. I don't have nothing in my town that resembles the Garden, so it would be a surreal moment for me, just about how far I've came and how much I've endured throughout my journey.
As we head down the stretch of the regular season, obviously March is upon us, which is I can't believe it went so fast.
Yep.
What are some of the goals that you have as the team heads into March?
Some of the goals are improving every day. I think that's our main target. No matter what we do, win or loss, are we improving from day to day? And then also, you know, we still have to win games. So those two are the two main things on the list. I don't have any personal achievements that I want to go because I pretty much threw my personal ego out the window before the season started. So all I care about is how can I affect basketball and making winning plays and making sure DePaul wins games.
I love that. I like how you mentioned the ego aspect. Is there a motto that you live by or that you've borrowed from, say, coach or someone that you always kind of think about before a game?
Before a game, I definitely do have a motto. It is believe in work, not luck. I believe I got to every point of my career and every point in my life off work. It wasn't luck. I didn't get dealt the best hands. So I just believe I just put my head down, went to work, and I'm reaping the benefits.
Love that. Brandon, it's been a pleasure to have you on the show. I can't believe it took this long to get you on. We're happy to have you. Good luck the rest of the way, and we'll see you soon.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, that was the Blue Demon Room podcast. We'll see you next time.